Your questions, my answers. Hi, this is John from Switzerland. Happy Meerschaum Monday. It's way too hot today for me, but nevertheless, I try to enjoy my Meerschaum golf ball with some original Dunhill year-old sign. Great straight Virginia and combined here with some apple cider. Very refreshing here, but yeah, still too hot. So many interesting questions were asked after the last Meerschaum Monday. Thank you very much to all of you. Very interesting personal questions as well as pipe-related questions. And I think I will split up the answers here because answering them in one Meerschaum Monday, yeah, the video would be way too long, I guess. So, yeah, I've chosen some interesting questions, personal and pipe related, and I'd like to start with the personal questions. And the first one was regarding my last name. The question was, your last name means tank, right? What can you tell us about how Panzer unfolds in your genealogy? Yes, that's right. Panzer is the German word for tank, but of course my ancestors lived long before the first tank was invented. So my name actually has got nothing to do with a tank, but with the breast plates, the chest protectors, knights usually used. And yeah, so my ancestors probably were knights. The name was mentioned the first time in 1292, and later on a scientist, Sir Tobias Panzer, has registered our our family coat of arms in 1563. So yeah, that's what I know. So yeah, thanks for this interesting question. Next question, a pipe related one. If Meerschaum is basically clay, how does it not get too hot to hold, and how long does it take to break a Meerschaum in? So Meerschaum is not clay at all. It's a mineral called sepiolite, and that's why it never gets too hot to hold. And a Meerschaum pipe doesn't need to be broken in, so you can just fill it up, the first bowl, right after you bought it, and smoke it from start to end, so no problem with that. The next question, which was connected with this, do you prefer Meerschaum over briar? Well, you can really compare these two materials because briar is wood and this is a mineral, so that's completely it's like a car and a bicycle, you know, so you can ride both, but yeah, it's different. I definitely prefer mortar, so bog oak, over briar, because the mortar has almost the same characteristics as a Meerschaum pipe, but with all the advantages of a wooden pipe. So that's why I prefer mortar over briar, definitely. Yeah, but of course on Meerschaum Mondays I like to smoke my Meerschaum, and the other days I usually smoke more mortar than briar. Yeah, that's true. Mhm. Next, personal question. What do you do for work? Yeah, well, so most of you see me as a businessman, as a manager, and I wonder why. How come? But yes, you're right. I work for a large US company, which is the market leader for medical devices. And yes, I'm a manager there, so I'm responsible for the main accounts in Switzerland and also in the west part of Austria. And yes, so my job pretty much is just to make sure that other people do their job right. So yeah, that's what I do for work. Another short, not pipe related question, but not really personal too, was how many languages does an average Swiss speak? Well, there are five languages, four, yeah, usually four main languages in Switzerland. So the average Swiss speak at least three languages. Most of them four or up to five, because we have German, we have Swiss German. Yeah, that's different, pretty much different from German. Then French and Italian, of course, and English then. So, and the average Swiss speaks at least Swiss German, French, English, Italian. So, yeah. Pipe related question. Would a Meerschaum pipe shatter if I dropped it? And what happens if you smoke different types of tobacco in the same pipe? Well, as a Meerschaum pipe is not a clay pipe, I think it won't shatter in 1,000 pieces, but I'm pretty sure it will break, yep, if you dropped it. So don't try it. But this can also happen, of course, with a briar. Usually some of the mouthpiece or the stem breaks, so that's, yeah, that also could happen, of course, with a Meerschaum. And when you smoke, if you smoke different types of tobacco out of a Meerschaum or out of a mortar, nothing, simply nothing happens. You can have a bowl of pirate cake, which is a very, yeah, a huge Latakia load, so to say. And afterwards, a bowl of Captain Black grape, which is like wine gum to smoke. And so very high aromatic. Don't ever smoke it in a briar. I think you can throw the pipe away and you can never smoke anything else with it. And then afterwards a straight Virginia, like your old sign or Union Square or whatever, and it won't make a difference, because in Meerschaum pipes and mortars there is no ghosting. That's another reason, one of the main reasons why I prefer these pipes over briar. So that's, yeah, nothing will happen, nothing bad at least, yeah. Nice personal question. Are you married, and does she like you smoking in the house? Yes, I have been married for 12 and a half years this year, and no, of course, I'm not allowed to smoke in the house, in my wife's house. So I have my own house, and there I smoke. Yeah. When you watch some older Meerschaum Mondays, you see me sitting in a nice little cottage. That's my pipe house in Switzerland. And yeah, there, of course, smoking is allowed, but here in my wife's house, not. I'm totally fine with that, I have to admit, because here outside it's a nice yeah, sort of glass house here. I can um, slide the doors and windows here open, so it's pretty much like sitting outside, but not really. And in the winter time, when it's cold, windy, rainy outside, it's very nice to sit here and enjoy my pipe. But also on the balcony, there's a little roof above, so I can sit there and enjoy a pipe too. Very comfortable, so I'm totally fine with not smoking in the house. Have you ever been to the land of the free, of the home of the brave, so in USA? Yes, of course, of course. I studied there in Beaverton, Oregon, and yeah, I used to have relatives in Canada, in Grimsby near Toronto, and when we went to the Niagara Falls, which of course we did every time, we also crossed the Rainbow Bridge, I think it's called, and visited New York then, and traveled with a mobile home of my granddad, step granddad, then down to Silver Springs in Florida, and then back the East Coast. So yeah, I haven't been there for way too long time, so I think for 30 whatever years now, but I will be back next year, that's for sure. Pipe question. When you smoke a pipe, do you draw the smoke all the way down or just puff like on a cigar? Well, pipe smokers and cigar smokers usually always puff, to my knowledge. So at least I do so, because the meaning of smoking a pipe or a cigar for me is also to taste, to really get the taste of the tobacco or of the cigar. And drawing it into my lungs doesn't make any sense at all, because I don't have taste buds in my lungs. So I only puff. And even when I smoked cigarettes many moons ago, I only puffed. I never draw it into my lungs. No, I just don't like it, or I never tried, so it doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, that was another question. Were you a cigarette smoker first? Yes, I started with 14. Kids, don't do this. That's not good. Yeah, I was 14. I started with Marlboro. Later on, I smoked West, because they had this huge boxes with 25 cigarettes. And yeah, but I always was annoyed. I smoked up to 3 packages a day, and I was really annoyed because everyone was, oh, you're smoking Marlboro, you're smoking West, oh, can I have one, can I have one? So, and I was like, great. And then I switched on Marlboro mint or menthol, and then no one ever asked again. So I smoked one and a half package a day, but then one day I decided to stop. I just dropped the cigarette and said, so that's it. I don't want to smoke any cigarettes anymore, and that's it. Personal question. 3 questions, but I can answer this as one question. Do you make a conscious effort to be such an awesome, giving, caring person, or does that just come natural to you? A question which can only be asked by Chris, the ASL Piper. How did you become such a neat guy? Another guy asked. Sam, thanks for this. What was a teenage John like? Yes, our PP fan Smurfinelli33 asked this. Yeah. that's the dark chapter of my life to start with. The teenage Jean as well as the young adult Jean was a jerk, and I was far away from being a nice guy, so I was completely the opposite of that, kind of addicted to pills, to alcohol, and I was really a very bad person. And yeah, someday I found out, somehow this behavior and alcohol and whatever that no, not really leads to something good in your life. So what's the different? What's the secret, the difference between a healthy person, a sick person, a rich person, a poor person? What is it? So, and I found this one and only key, and that's the mindset. And so I got myself into some self experiences, so to say, changed my mindset, and that changed my whole life. And now I'm the person you all know, and I can live very good with that. And I think most of people in my environment can too. So fine with that. Yeah, but that was a long journey to get there. No, not really long, but tough. Yeah, the tough lessons I put myself into. Yeah. But okay. So that was the first part of all the nice questions. Please continue to ask. It's very, very interesting. And yes, I have one question for you today as well. What was first, or what always comes first, the thought or the feeling? Let me know down below in the comments. And yeah, thanks for watching, subscribing. Happy Meerschaum Monday again, and have a delightful week until we meet again. Bye, says John from Switzerland.